What up, what up, what up? Welcome to Fuck That Formula Podcast, a Raw's Beauty podcast in these internet streets. And I'm your host, Valerie. And this week's episode is brought to you by the price increase panic. Everybody starts panicking when it's time to increase prices. And normally the months of January and February are the times people start to panic, whether you're a stylist or you're a client. Like either way it go, you're noticing like the goddamn prices are going up. So, this, I'm just going to tell you guys, our prices have to increase. Our prices do. Now, granted, I know some situations where that style, we end up pricing out, and that's just the nature of it. Like sometimes you end up getting priced out of the stylist that you like going to. And that's, there's nothing I can do, nothing you can do about that unless you want to continue going to them. But normally we have to change our prices. Just the same way the economy is changing for you in your home is changing for us in our home. So the same way prices are going up for you, they're going up for us. You guys deserve a raise at your regular 9-to-5 job. You deserve that raise. We also deserve the same raise. So I always try to bring it back to clients and their jobs so they can kind of see how they're so related. Okay. A lot of times clients see our business as you set your own pricing, you set your own hours, you work for yourself, or you just do hair. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not, like, this ain't the job that pays my bills. So a lot of times, cause they start counting your pockets, but a lot of times for us as stylists in the months of prices go up anytime, but we start noticing a lot of products. Our chemicals are going up. Our product cost is going up. Rent fucking is going up. Our renter insurance, whether you have a building or you're like in a salon suite like myself, the insurance goes up. Like shit goes up. We break up, flat irons, they go out. That I may have paid $200 for that flat iron 10 years ago or 5 years ago. And although I get my money's worth, that flat iron now is probably double that price. Like things change for us. Buy new capes, keeping up with towels, shampoos, buy new clips, combs, like that shit goes up for us. And so as much as people complain that, oh, this stylist charged too much, we're not even talking about her time nor her skill yet. Well, let's move that from the equation. We're just talking about shit that she has to provide to keep this motherfucker up and running and just to do your hair. So price increases always is like one of the most horrible things to do in this industry. I know for us. I'm not sure how the industry tackle it, but it is hard. I remember being a young stylist trying to increase my pricing, and girl, I think it took me like 4 years to increase pricing because I just didn't know how. I didn't know how my clients would react. I didn't know how to increase the pricing, like what I calculate into there. I mean, we know we're calculating product and stuff, but when you start taking classes and all this other stuff, like how do you add all that shit in there? So that, and I just remember being so nervous to increase my price, whether it was $2 or $5 or whatever, being so nervous because I'm thinking I'm going to fucking lose clients. That's all I could think about. When the reality is I didn't lose any clients. I may have lost one client. Every time I've changed my pricing, is not saying that, oh, I can just charge my clients whatever, but I had to up my pricing based on my skill set, based on products and all this other stuff. So my prices went up and I needed to be okay with that. And clients need to be okay with that. And I'm a big firm believer, if I change my pricing and if that $5 increase is something that you cannot do, have a conversation with a stylist, because maybe that's something we can, get you, kind of planned in, or make a plan for you to kind of get you, wing yourself into it, or you may just need to find another stylist. There's plenty of times where your stylist increased her prices to where now she had $300 a haircut, and you started out with her and she was only like at 100. She might not be your stylist anymore. That's just the nature of it. And the reason why it's crazy when we get into the price increases, because I do have a pet peeve about these price increases, but I'm gonna get into this dirty chair confession first, and then we'll discuss it. Okay, so prices. Let's see. Come on. All right, let's get into it. So, raising prices while holding your breath. Every January and February, here we go again. The posts start popping up, new year, new prices, and everybody acts with real confidence online, but behind the scenes, they are panicking. When I tell you, they are panicking. They are panicking. So I definitely want the young stylists to listen up, because you're going to have to increase your prices at some point. And hopefully something in here can help you do that. Okay. As a barber, stylist, nail tech, massage therapist, we feel it first. Product costs go up, rent go up, supplies go up, education go up. Let's not talk about how much classes cost these days. But clients still saying, I'm trying to save money this year. Baby, me too. We sit here hovering over the price increase post like it's like it's breaking up. I am changing, and the clients are saying, I'm changing too much. Will they leave? Am I being greedy? Meanwhile, we're absorbing the inflation as part of the services. No PTO, no employee insurance, no safety net. We don't raise prices. We pay the difference out of our own pockets. If we don't raise prices, we pay the difference out of our own pockets. Okay? And what nobody says out loud is staying affordable has made a lot of us underpaid, overworked, and one slow month away from stress. So yeah, price increase panic is real, but so is the reality of business that can't breathe. Neither can we. I'm saying this because people, and I'm saying this to stylists, especially young stylists starting out, you will find people, like if you're in cosmetology school, cherish those clients. If you're in cosmetology school, they're not going to follow you. They say they are. They're not. One, because your prices are going to increase. They still like paying $8 roller sets or whatever it is. They like paying, now you will get a few that will stick with you. But as you grow in your business, you might not see them anymore. So don't be upset and don't be surprised when all your faithful cosmetology school clients are no longer with you. They're not going to stay. But to young stylists out there, your prices are going to increase. Your friends may not like it, and your family may not like it. You're still charging everybody because you still got to pay bills. But what I would always tell people is, you are upset with me because my prices went up $5. But you were not upset with Target when their prices on something went up $5. The same energy you have for Target, have for me. The same, if my prices, if a relaxer is $120, don't give me that same energy, because you don't give Louis Vuitton that energy when you spend $600 plus on a purse or on $800 on a belt. All I'm saying is very, very selective outrage when it comes to price increases. And as a new stylist, I'm not saying that you start out with your services and you automatically charging, I'm charging $200 for this. Like, pace yourself, mama. Slow your roll. But if you got quality service, you're using quality products, your customer service is on point, if everything is lining up and that's what you think that you are worth, and that equals out to whatever your bills say for you at home, then that's what you charge. I think where people get upset was because they see price increases and they're thinking, well, she increasing her pricing, but she ain't doing this. This ain't different. This ain't different. So for example, for me, my relaxer prices did go up. Um, my relaxer prices went up because one, um, the quality of my relaxer and what I offer with the relaxer. Now I automatically include a treatment with everyone's relaxer, because one, it keeps on task of when they got one, and two, it ensures me that their hair is being treated for during their chemical processing. And clients, a lot of clients didn't want to do that at first because they were like, relaxer, they're not used to paying that much more. But now they've adopted to it, and it is what it is. That's what it comes with it. I'm caring for your hair. But when we start talking about price increases, sometimes you just have to increase. And if it's been years since you increased, baby doll, it may be that time. I used to work with a lady that she would increase her price, and I'm not really sure. I can't really remember exactly how all she used to do it, but she used to increase her prices based on the market. So if the market went up 3%, her prices went up 3%. And that way she always stayed equal with the market increase to always cover her inflation or whatever she had going on. So I always thought it was cool. I've always felt like I needed to break it down to get like the real gist of how she's doing it. But yeah, price increase is really hard. It's really hard starting out because you don't know how to increase. There's a lot of times when I increase prices, I may increase them on the chemical service end, but not on just the haircut side. Okay. Typically, when I increase my haircut prices or any type of stuff like that, it's because of classes or things that I'm learning or whatever. But on the chemical side, when we're doing color, relaxers, and all these other things, a lot of those increase because there are more products that are included. So that also is incorporated into the increase. But yeah, you have to be able to, clients don't see it, and clients think that we're just out here charging whatever, but they don't see that I have to pay. The increase is literally outside of my skill and the amount of time it's taking me to do this service. It is also based on salon rent, product, how much product I'm using, for cost. What if am I using strips? Am I using plastic caps? Am I using, I'm washing towels, I'm capes. Like all of these things come into play. Best believe if you work for a corporation, all that shit they include into their prices. Okay. With a little bit more. But we get a lot of times, I really hate it when we start talking about prices because a lot of people shit on stylists or nail techs, esthetician or whatever, or even barbers. I know I've definitely been hearing lately with barbers because people are like, well, barbers used to charge $25 or $20. Now they're charging $45. But y'all also ask them to do a lot more extra shit. You want all these little finishing sprays and you want goddamn facials and masks and towels, like on top of their skills. They're using multiple clippers with you. They're changing out blades. Like a lot of people don't realize how barbers have to replace blades, how they're having to pay to get things sharpened, how they're having to pay to get things retightened, new clippers. Clippers ain't fucking cheap. Now, yeah, you can go down to your local store and buy you a probably $50 pair of clippers. They ain't got no $50 worth of clippers. They have shit that's gonna do what you need it to do. So a lot of times people shit on barbers, and I'm not, that's like, if you're a barber and you can still charge, 90s prices or keeping it at 40, keeping it at $35 or whatever. I mean, do you? Don't shit on another barber that they can't though, or that won't, or that don't. Nail techs, same thing. People. I remember getting my nails done. What was $20 for a full set and $10 for a pedicure or some shit like that. I remember that. You go in this nail salon now, $70 and up. But you motherfuckers also wanting different shapes. Y'all wanting all these extra enhancements. You want extra length. You want a lot. On top of the fact that it's taking her more time. On top of the fact that her product cost is going up. I buy nail supplies because I do my own nails. So I know that shit is going up. I can only imagine. I just buy mine for me. I can just imagine how much fucking monomer and paper towels and emery boards and fucking extra clippers and sanitation shit. I can imagine how much extra that costs. And then we're not even going to discuss people with full salons and the lights and the Wi-Fi and your complimentary snacks and your complimentary waters. Like that's how we're not saying that we don't want to do those things for you guys, but the cost of doing business comes with a price increase. And that's just what that is. And if you don't like the increase, then you may need to find another stylist. But I'm always going to rock with a stylist. I don't give a shit if she charging less. Is she charging more? Charge whatever you feel works for you, your client, works for you in your pocket. Because a client is going to base what they're spending based on them, not based on you. They may love you to death, but if they can't afford you, they just can't fucking afford you. Don't get upset when you do lose a client. I've lost a client with price changing. But also I've gained clients at that price rate. You'll lose clients at a lower price rate, when you go up some, and you'll also gain some because that may be within their price range. Because again, we're not counting people's pockets, so you don't know what that client can do. But definitely it's probably more for my younger stylists or people that are just getting into the industry or that have been struggling with upping their prices. It's okay. If you don't know how to change your prices, get with a mentor, get with someone, or take a class. There's plenty of pricing classes out there that will show you how to calculate your total cost to where you know what you're spending, so you know exactly how much you need to charge. Whether it's by the hour, by the product cost, whatever that looks like. But yeah, price, we do panic. I'm not even gonna lie. We panic. There's always a strategy to it. There's always a good timing. Like I said, I have not increased my prices. I increased them when I reopened because I was closed for 2 years. And of course, fucking time has changed and things are more expensive. So that's when I did my increase, which I reopened back in 2025 in April. Was it April? Yeah, March, April. Damn. So I increased my prices then. I don't foresee right now me increasing my prices in the next 6 months, but we'll fucking see. You know who we got in office. Shit keeps changing. Shit's gonna have to increase. But I am a firm believer if at some point, if can't nobody come get their hair done, we all out of business anyways. I know the crazy thing about the industry is hair is one of the last things to leave. Before, people will let their lash techs go first. They'll let their nail techs go, the estheticians, the massage therapists. They will let a lot of those go first before the barber and their cosmetologist. Nails will probably be right behind that. So they'll do everything else and then they'll do nails. And then the next step will be hair. So that's just the nature of the business. But our industry bounces back always because somebody always needs their hair done. It always bounces back. So if that is you and you find yourself really struggling to figure out how to increase your prices or should you increase your prices, there's sometimes another thing people, when it's time to increase, if you like really, really, really booked and like you are booked every single week at every hour that you have available and say you working 40 hours a week at the salon and you're booked all the time, it may be time for you to increase your prices because at this point you're working harder, not smarter. Sometimes you may need to increase your prices to doing less clients, which is less hard work on your body, doing less clients, but making the same amount of money. And so that may be for some stylists, that's where they are. They have completely cornered the market in their whatever, and they might have to increase it. Now, I'm not saying do that you have to do it, and I'm definitely not saying that when you increase it, you need to go up, double the price. So if this service you guys were spending $50, and now this service is now going to be $100 or $150. I'm not saying that. There has to be some strategy behind it, and it has to be some reason behind it. But if you find that you are completely full and you have nowhere to breathe, you couldn't get a new client in if you wanted to, then you may need to up your prices, because you're going to need some people to fall off of that. It's not saying you have to do it. That is always just kind of an indicator that it may be time to up your prices, because now you're working harder, not smarter, and you want to work smarter. You don't want to be slaving, bending over it. Because at the end of the day, that's a lot of back work. That's a lot of arm work. I mean, and we're not even going to calculate fucking prices of chiropractors and massage therapists and goddamn ointments and medicines that we are putting on our bodies to preserve whatever. We're not even talking about that. So if you guys are struggling out there to change your prices, I know we're in the most horrible economy. So I know it's hard, and I know it's not something that you're just ready to do right now, but that's definitely something you need to be looking into. Okay. Like I said, I don't foresee me, but that's just because right now I'm okay. I'm still in the building stage. I feel like I'm still in the building stage. I don't feel like it, bitch. I know I'm still in the building stage. I didn't get all my clients back when I reopened. So, I'm not trying to, remove anybody that I have. I'm not settling, but I'm also not trying to push away the loyal clients that I have. So, and, we work it out with everybody that comes, that needs to, come through or whatever. We figure out something. But yeah, if you guys are struggling with that, it fucking happens. But I will say, don't ever, just because you hear people say, because you'll definitely hear family and friends say, oh, she too high. Let me tell you something. I don't have no problem if I don't do another family head. I love my family and I love my friends, but I don't have to have them as clients, because one, sometimes it's hard to have them as clients. Because some people be expecting a discount, and some people be expecting more than what they, because they wouldn't do that. The same shit they be asking of you, they wouldn't do it at someone else's place. So sometimes family and friends are the worst clients. Now you got some family and friends that respect you and respect the business, and they act accordingly. But don't be upset and don't be surprised when you look up and you're running your business and you don't have that much family coming in, monetarily supporting you, or friends or whatever. It's okay. I promise you, it probably works out for the best. Probably allows you guys to maintain the relationship you have. Yeah, because families be wanting discounts, and I don't discount shit. The only people who get a discount is my immediate family, spouse, child, parents. That's it. That's it. Not even my sister. And I love her, but not even my sister. Because I got to pay bills. Again, how many times y'all heard me say, these folks want their money. These people that I rent from, they want their money. And if I discount everybody because they family, I'm not going to be able to pay my bill. And if I discount all y'all, then I'm going to have to ask y'all to borrow some money. Are y'all going to loan me the money? So probably not. So I'm just going to charge you for the service, because guess what? You're going to go somewhere to get your hair done, whether it's with me or somebody else. You're going to pay for the service. So just always keep that in mind. But don't be afraid to increase your prices. There is some science to when is the best time of the year to increase. There's some science, and some data behind when's the best time, how much to increase by, and all those things. And that's something that you need to do your own search for your own area, for your own skill set, blah, blah, blah. But Shit, it is what it is. Do you find it hard? Do you guys find it really hard to increase your pricing? Because I used to. I don't now. I don't know now. I don't now because, and goddamn me, envelopes that come through the mail say, you need to increase your prices. So I don't be that upset now. But yeah. Yeah, you just, I know I do. I remember back in the day what we used to do, and I had to stop doing that because I was like, why am I basing my shit on hers? But I know people used to be like, oh, well, so-and-so charges this and that charges that, and or the median, like, just because that's what she charged, that don't mean that's what you need to charge. You have to also look at your neighborhood, look in your area, go pull up the census, pull up what is the median income, the average income, what are people making here? There's a lot that goes into it. So don't base yours just because the chick down the street is charging $30 more. So now you need to go up $30 more now. You might be doing more than what she's doing. You might actually need to go up $50 more. But now you shortchange yourself because you're basing your shit on what somebody else is doing. She may can charge $500 for a haircut. You ain't there yet, sis. You may need to shuffle back on down to your $50 haircut until you get to whatever that level is, or till you get there. And then some of y'all be changing y'all prices and y'all customer service is shitty. So that's another thing. Like, how you treating your clients? What are they having to wait for you all the time? Like, all that comes into play. I know a lot of people who literally, they base how they shop and who they spend money with based on customer service, based on the environment, the atmosphere. Is your environment shitty? Because if your environment's shitty, then you want to charge people, like, you got to make that shit make sense, y'all. Just think about yourself. When you spend money with somebody, what do you base it on? Are you basing it just on the quality of the product? Are you basing it on the timing of the product? Are you basing it on customer service, the convenience? Because some of that shit is, I'm charging you more because the fucking convenience. Everyone knows I have an overtime fee. Not because I'm greedy, just because if you want me to, I have set hours that I'm open throughout the week. If you want me to open up additional hours, then you have to pay for that. And I'm like that because y'all don't say shit when Chick-fil-A is closed on Sundays. What do y'all do? Y'all make adjustments and y'all go to Chick-fil-A on Saturdays because they're closed on Sundays. But if Chick-fil-A had to open up for you on a Sunday, what would you do? You would pay extra for it, right? Same here. So, like, you gotta, so sometimes your price changes because of the convenience. You may offer convenient ass hours. You may be the stylist that, you know what, I'm going to open up at midnight for all the people who work, late overnight, or people who work, you know what I'm saying, and they get off at night. I'm open to 12 a.m. to 6 a.m. You might want to charge for that. So, you just got to make it make sense. And it's not a right or wrong way, but that definitely has to make sense. And it's definitely something that you need to go ahead and mentally tackle and get past it. Once you increase them like 2 times, you'll be like, oh, this shit ain't nothing. So for the fuck that formula of the week. Yeah. You don't need permission to change. You don't need permission to charge what keeps you afloat. Reminder, affordability should not come at the cost of sustainability. If your prices don't cover life, business, and recovery, then they're too low. Clients adjust faster than we think. The right ones stay. I choose prices that protect my peace, my body, and my future. So if prices everywhere else can go up without apology, bitch, so can mine. Just putting that out there for you. So again, if you're struggling to increase your prices, I need you to really dig deep. Check out AI. AI will help you kind of rearrange your pricing, your structure, whatever. But check out these things that are available to you to help you increase your pricing. And for the new stylists or stylists that are really scared, do it. Figure out what it is you need to increase it by and do it. I promise you it's not as bad as it feels because I've been there. But if you enjoyed this week's episode, you have something to say about this week's episode, please reach out to talk@fthatformula.com. Send us your dirty chart confession, or if you just have some bullshit you want to say about this week's episode. You can please check out the ebook, Keeping It Cute, Keep It Cute, the at-home hair care guide. If you need to order products, I have that link as well. But until next week, we'll be back talking shit. Peace.